What's up, everybody? Adam here, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. Today, my wife Valerie is here with me. I'm including her today for a couple of reasons. One, she also enjoys comic books a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And two, she actually did my run for me today because with all of the big releases this week, I wanted to make sure that I was able to actually get some of them. And my comic shop carries a fair amount of stuff, but with all the popular Marvel releases this week, I did not anticipate them lasting very long. So, my dear loving wife, I made her volunteer and go to the store as soon as it opened at 11 o'clock and pick up all of my books. Gave her a little, where did I put it?
It's over there.
Gave her a little laundry list of stuff to get, and she was able to get pretty much all of it. Only a couple things she didn't get, but that was because I didn't want to pay as much as they wanted, so that's something I'll get down the road. But, anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into the haul at this point. First up, we have Plutona number 2. I wasn't really super impressed with the first issue, but I didn't want to dive out too quick, so I'm going to stick around for issue 2. It's kind of like, it's a world that has superheroes in it, but also regular people, and at the end of the first issue, spoilers, they found a dead superhero, what appears to be dead superhero. So I'm curious to see where they go from that point, just what direction the story's going to take, because, you know, didn't have a lot going for it in the first issue.
What kind of superhero are you talking about? Like superpower superheroes or like Batman superheroes?
Like, superpowered superheroes.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the superhero they find is actually called Plutona.
Oh, that makes sense.
Next up is We Stand on Guard number 4. Get a little up out of the way of my mouth. I really love this book. It's a Brian K. Vaughan book. I really don't have much to say about it other than go out and start reading this series. It's really, really good. It's a very interesting political action drama story about propaganda and stuff between Canada and America. So.
Oh, that explains Maple Leaf on the back.
Yep, Maple Leaf on the back, the dog thing with the little American flag on the arm there. It's right there, see it? It's a really, really interesting book. Alright, next up we have some of the... I didn't pick up all... I don't think I picked up all of the Marvel all new, all different, but I picked up the ones that I was really interested in. First of is Amazing Spider-Man number 1. I love Spider-Man, so I'm going to actually enjoy jumping on board at the beginning. A lot of times I kind of come back and read trades, so I didn't really get any of the last Spider-Man stuff. But I read, like, Spider-Man and some of that stuff, and it was really, really good, so I want to actually get on board early this time, see if I like the story, and if I do, I'll start adding it to my pull box weekly. And then we have Avengers Zero, which I'm kind of curious to see what this book is about, really. It kind of looks like it just kind of goes over all the different Avengers books that are going to be coming out. So I'm curious to see if this is an actual standalone story, or if it's more of a preview of books that are to come. One of the books that I was really, really excited about, Doctor Strange number 1. He's kind of had a lot of off and on series. A lot of them have kind of fizzled out. One of my favorite Doctor Strange stories is actually The Oath, which is by Brian K. Vaughan. It's really good. So it's one of those things that kind of made me take an interest in Doctor Strange. So I was really excited to see a new Doctor Strange book. I'm very curious to see where it goes, because in Secret Wars, if you've been reading Secret Wars at all, spoilers again, Doctor Strange is killed. So I'm curious to see how he's alive now. Especially since Secret Wars isn't over.
He was hit by Omega-Beams.
He was hit by Doom Beams, actually.
Same thing.
Next up, Star Wars Shattered Empire number 2. I'm not saying the whole title, I'm sorry. I love the first issue. It took place right after the Battle of Endor. I'm going to probably follow this one all the way until The Force Awakens, because I want to see, you know, how they're going to handle the storyline, that fill the gaps in between Return of the Jedi and, you know, The Force Awakens. So this book, very good if you're a Star Wars fan. I definitely recommend picking it up, especially if you are going to see the new movie when it comes out. How would you handle the next one?
The next one is Groot number 5. Cute little Groot. He's very angry. This is technically my book that I pick up once a month, but I haven't really read it. He has, so I need to get caught up. But that's our next one. And after that is What If Infinity, Thanos. And I'm kind of excited to read this one because Thanos is dressed as my favorite Marvel superhero, which is Captain America. It just seems very interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what it is. I didn't pick up the other one, the Inhumans, I think it was. Did they have that one, or were they out?
I didn't see it, but again, I was just following your list.
Okay. So I kind of have an interest in the other one, but mainly this one, again, because it's Thanos, and I really, really like Thanos. So that's why I picked this one up.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and set that one down.
That was very interesting to me.
I know. Next up, we have variants. Nothing really super interesting in the way of variants this week, but I was able to pick some up that I didn't think I was going to actually be able to pick up. So I'm very happy that we got these.
It's because I'm super awesome, let's be honest.
First two, even though it's really just technically one, Batman and Robin Eternal, number 1. I wanted her to get 2, one for her and one for me. So now next time we go to a convention or something and we see an artist we like, we can have them, sketch us a little something something. So we have our own, so we can choose between, whatever we want to get on there.
Nightwing.
I'll probably do Batman again. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man number 1 sketch cover. Another one, just, hang on to it until I find somebody I want to see, do a sketch cover. I don't know who, what, though, yet. Next up, Doctor Strange sketch cover. And then the last one, I actually forgot I got this one. Invincible Iron Man number 1 sketch cover. I'll actually probably end up reading this as well. I'm not a huge individual Iron Man story person. I've never really gotten into the Iron Man books. I liked them when I was little, but I haven't cared for most of the modern age Iron Man. Maybe because Tony's always just kind of been a bit of a dick in the comics recently, especially after Civil War and everything like that. So,
oh, because he wasn't a dick in Civil War?
Well, he was there too, but it's just I don't know. I've never really been into Iron Man solo books, so maybe I'll read it, see what it's like, and then see where the series goes from here. One other one I got, I don't know where I set it down. My wife actually got this for me. I was going to wait for the haul video. I didn't know she got it for me. It's actually the Secret Wars Infinity Gauntlet number 1 Scotty Young variant. It's another one just to add to my pile of Scotty Young books. I'm actually going to try and get some of the Scotty Young variants from this week. The shop wanted $8.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted $8 a piece, and I've already seen them online for cover price. So it's one of those things where it's as much as I like to support my shop, I don't want to spend that much money if they're just kind of price gouging, more or less. Alright, and the last part of the video, normally I just have one pick of the week, but honestly, I have 3. And it's kind of just from 3 different things. I got a Marvel pick this week, a DC pick this week, and an indie pick this week. The indie pick this week is Paper Girls. Paper Girls number 1 by Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chiang, Matt Wilson, and Jared K. Fletcher. I honestly don't know what it's about. I only just recently found out about it. I want to say about a month and a half ago. I was picking up We Stand on Guard, and the shop owner was like, "Oh, do you know about Paper Girls that's coming out?" And I was like, "No, I've never heard of it." He goes, "Oh, it's another Brian K. Vaughan book." So I pretty much immediately was like, that's one I'm going to have to go ahead and pick up. So I'm curious to see what it's about. From the cover, it honestly looks like girls that run a newspaper route. I don't know. They got bikes. I don't know. I could be jumping to conclusions. But I guess that We Stand on Guard was about a war between America and Canada, and I got that right based on the cover, so we'll see how close I am to that. what's our DC pick of the week?
This one I'm super excited about because it's about my favorite people. It is Batman and Robin Eternal. I don't really know much about what the storyline's going to be, except for the fact that, spoilers, Bruce Wayne lost his memory or whatever, and Dick Grayson's back. I don't think he's picked up the Nightwing mantle again, but he's back. So I'm super excited about this because I love me some Batman.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be into this book. I think it's actually a weekly title. I'm going to have to double check, so it's one of those ones that's going to really eat into my wallet if it is a weekly title, but it's worth it. And I mean, it's written by Snyder, so it should be good. His run on Batman is fantastic, so yeah. I'm hoping his run on Batman and Robin Eternal will be equally as good. And then my Marvel pick of the week, and I'm sure it's probably a lot of everybody's pick of the week, is Secret Wars number 6. Finally, I feel like it took this book like 2 months to come out. I've actually already read it. It's pretty dang good. I like how things are starting to come together now, especially since we're finally starting to close in on the end of it. It feels like it's actually going to get wrapped up into a nice little bow. The one thing that I can say about it that's been a little disappointing, and it's kind of my fault, I guess, issue 6 definitely feels like you need to read some of the tie-in books. And I hate when they do that with a main story book, where you read it. I feel like the tie-ins can add to the main story, but I don't like when I read this issue and it's like, well, this stuff happened in Future Imperfect number 3, and it's like, okay, I get that, but now, I wasn't reading that, so I don't really understand why this happened. But in general, Secret Wars, I'm really, really liking it. It's coming together nicely, and I think it just has a really, really cool cover with Thanos fighting off the Marvel zombies there. So that's enough reason. See, they're all the little Marvel zombies.
Oh, I really need to start paying attention to covers.
But yeah, that was definitely my Marvel pick of the week. So I had a pretty big poll this week. A lot of books. I don't know what it's going to be like next week. I'm sure next week Marvel's going to be dumping more of the number ones on us, so I'll take a look and see what's going on there. But I'd love to see what you guys are getting, so as usual, put them down there in the comments. Let me know what you think. And anything you want to add this week, my love?
No.
Okay, well then, that's it for this episode. So, until next video, this is Adam.
And Valerie.
She's not very good at this. Signing off.